Hi, Superman McGeorge.
Hi.
How y'all watching? Oh shit! There went the cat. Oh
my
shit!
God. No wonder people hate us.
There went the cat.
Okay, our technical difficulties are because we have a cat this time. That was not us at all.
Okay, is this one on?
Yeah.
That's the one that your dad and Nancy watch?
Yeah, I think we're live.
Hi y'all.
Wait, I think, yeah, we're totally live.
Is this hanging to my
By the way,
favorites?
crackhead today in here.
Pop that booty.
He shows up at my place this morning with these coffees and says, careful, it's coffee and 2 shots of espresso. This is how far I've gotten on this since you brought it to me at what, 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
And he's had 2. Ooh. It's literal crack.
It's so good, it's my secret. I shit constantly, I'm never hungry, and I love going hiking.
And he's bouncing around this place right now, like crackhead style. Okay, so I know I just advertised that we were going to have a guest.
I love that you're like advertised.
I just posted.
We're
so going to have a guest.
I love it.
And then our guest literally, that moment I said it, literally messaged me and was like, not gonna happen. So, you know, maybe it's just the universe and maybe we're just not meant to have guests on our show.
I don't know, I think you said it best. You were like, I mean, we have comics and porn stars as friends. They're not very reliable.
They can't really be trusted. They're like, yeah, I'll totally be there. And then they're like, oh, I'm not gonna make that. And I'm like, okay, because it's the middle of the day, so I can understand.
You know, it's 20 minutes before you were going to be here, but cool.
It's totally fine. So it was going to be a comic this time, and maybe he'll be on another time. We'll see. We're going to have to keep just close tabs on people.
But for now, you're stuck with us, so might as well dive into it.
And then, since you've been gone!
I did it this time.
I know, because I tapped you.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't see that.
Yeah, they totally did. At least on yours, they did.
Yeah, like, pay attention.
Pay attention. This is what's happening.
God, if only my teeth were that white in person.
Does it look really white?
I
Mine
hope
don't.
so. From
Even
back
from here, mine don't look that white.
I'm like, yay!
He's not even. This is the crackhead I've been dealing with all morning. It's insane. Okay.
I'm just happy. Well, are we back running, y'all?
Sorry, I got a phone call.
That wasn't a phone call.
What in the fuck?
Just kidding.
I'm like, I don't even know what that means. I'm like, yeah, it was a fucking phone call. Okay. All right. Shane had some filming.
Yeah. Can't talk about who, but I did have some filming.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really fucking hot scenes.
Yeah.
Super stoked. Two scenes.
Because you talked about that one last time.
One in Vegas and one in LA.
Yeah, but you did another one since. Because we talked about that in last
Oh yeah,
episode.
Saturday I did one. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was hot too.
we had the show on Friday, remember?
And you know what? I got to top, and I hope I start getting to top more.
Well, who knows now that he's got all these awards under his belt.
Oh, I get no awards,
well,
honey.
nominations.
I'm gonna go 0 for 11 and be like,
I think
Big Booty Hole Donut Award.
He's totally getting something. I just don't know.
Anyways, I have some scenes that are going to be released here pretty soon. I film again here in the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited. Hope I start getting casted as a top one more though, because this scene that I just filmed Saturday is going to be really hot, I think. Hell, the one that I filmed out in Vegas, they're up there. I'm really excited for these next two. I don't know. Only your mode visible. Mine's working fine.
I know, but mine's not. I'm like video only mode. I want to be able to see the people, and it says swipe left. And
it says there's only 2. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Now I can see it. Okay, I was just swiping in the wrong direction, and now everyone just saw me going. I really don't care.
Oh my God, how are people watching this right now?
Because you're insane, and they're now in.
Anyways, I'm really excited for the ones I filmed. Blah blah blah.
He's got new scenes coming out.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot, and I spent a lot of money that I don't have, and gambled and lost, and drank and lost, and
now she's sober.
Now I'm going to be sober for a little while. I'm going to play the sober game and see how that works out for me.
Welcome.
It was one of those moments where you wake up and you're like, in one night I did enough damage for a week, and I just don't. But when I was out, I was so baller. I was out like, yeah, I've got money, and then I'm like, but wait, I don't actually have money.
You're like, damn it, Sylvie, you don't have money.
I forget I don't have this.
Stupid hoe.
Spending things.
Whatever.
So no more drinking time, at least homed.
Yeah, for sure.
Permanent homed.
That's a good goal.
That's my rule. Oh, and while I was on my way to Vegas, I left my laptop in TSA again.
Oh yeah, like this is
second time.
Which is technically like 14 times, because who loses a fucking computer twice and gets it back?
Well, yeah, but here, I don't understand the separate bin. Like, everyone has a laptop. Come on now. Like, they said it was the most left thing at the airport.
I read an article the other day where there's like airlines that are banning laptops now, I think.
Really?
I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Again, this is like diving into like current events and stuff, but I think I saw something somewhere on
Facebook.
at this
point be happy leaving my laptop like home or wherever home is with the majority of my things. Wherever that is. When I go on a plane, because I don't like having it. It's like an extra thought, and it's so expensive at this point. It's probably the most expensive thing I own. You know, so I'm like, I don't want to just have to worry about it all the time.
Totally.
Like, make it to where when I go on vacation, I have to be like, oh, sorry, can't do any business.
Right.
I'll get back to you.
I mean, couldn't you just really make a phone in your hand?
A phone in your hand?
Why
Yeah,
not?
I can. Hello.
No, I mean, why couldn't you?
What are you talking about?
You're always holding it in your hand anyways. Why couldn't you carve out a piece of your hand and have like a phone in your hand? Is that
if
not
anybody else
possible?
followed where I left, I don't know where I left that conversation or where he left that conversation.
Is that not possible?
Nope, don't think so.
Well, no.
I don't know, we're pretty well advanced in.
It's gonna happen. I don't even know why my brain went there.
I have no idea.
It's that coffee, I'm telling you.
Insane. You're crazy.
Oh, shit.
He's been literally bouncing.
But I got some good writing done this morning, though. I was having fun with it.
Good. I hope so. I hope you got positiveness out of your crackhead experience right now. This is like this alone. Like, I can't
This
get
keeps it
through
interesting, though. What else does your thing say down there?
Okay, we have some questions that came in. Not a lot, so
They look
get the
funny.
question writing because we've got a few. Okay.
I like that you're demanding it. Write the questions.
Write more questions for us so
Dog
we
it.
don't have to do things.
I think that's Dorian's photo there.
I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, let's start out with the easy ones here. Favorite time of day to have sex?
Huh. What about you?
I used to think night when I was like drinking and like a little buzz, but now I think morning sex. And I used to never be a morning sex person. Do you know the TV's still on? Just turn that off.
Oh, that's Friends too. They could probably. That's probably why it's on too. Is because like who actually watches that show?
I watch Friends still all the time.
Gross. I hate that show.
I love it.
Like
You're not even on topic on what we're talking about right now.
I'm a morning person.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. I
And then
want to go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep.
It always asks also sex position, so favorite sex position with that as well. I think in the morning, doesn't everyone just do the butt? Butt slip in like the.
I get it. I mean, I don't even know.
Because I don't ever want somebody's breath in the morning. You know.
Oh, like I don't even mind it.
Oof, I do. I guess I just mind it because I don't want them like smelling my breath either. And I'm like, I'm disgusting. Like women, we like weather away in the middle of the night. Like we are beautiful with all of our makeup on. Then we take it all off and then our breath is bad and our hair's matted and we wake up and we're like, hi. We've gotta be so sexy.
I think that is sexy. Guys do it. Why can't women do it and be sexy?
I don't know. Maybe I don't feel sexy.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a personal issue.
I mean, but I totally do
I like your angle better.
I totally do. I look how frumpy I'm suddenly. I totally love morning sex and do the whole like booty thing.
Yeah.
There's just something cute about like that cuddle position, like cuddling.
No,
and I always have a boner in the morning.
Yeah,
and
but
take
it's
a lot
the
of
first
Viagra, so it's
person
always
to
hard.
like initiate the rub, you know?
Oh, I'm always like, he's usually like.
It's time.
Yes, like when it feels so good in the morning for some reason, it's extra sensitive.
Yeah, maybe.
For me, it is like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, not yeah.
All right, next question.
But I sleep in clothes too, though, so it's kind of like, you know. Yeah,
I do not.
Anywho.
I do not.
Next
I guess
question.
sometimes
That's an interesting question.
I guess sometimes if I'm with a new guy, I might like sleep in his t-shirt or something. But usually I just sleep butt ass naked. Okay, maybe not. Tell us about losing your virginity, and did it have anything to do with who you became sexually? Like who, I guess, like what you...
Well, go for it. Give me an example. Tell me.
How you lose your virginity...
Tell me. You go for it.
Has something to do with who you became...
How old were you?
Currently.
Does that matter? Does that with the question?
No, it doesn't say what age, and it doesn't matter what age, because maybe it wasn't of legal... consent, and it wasn't, but it isn't.
But I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
Okay. Anyway, I lost my virginity kind of on a whim. It was a one-night stand, and what's really fucked up about it is I had been like dating somebody for like 8 months prior, and I wouldn't have sex with them because I didn't want to. I don't know. When you're young and you're like playing all these weird head games. You're like, oh, I don't want him to think I'm easy. I'm gonna make him wait. And then we broke up, and that night I went to a college party randomly because I told you my mom lived out by that college town.
Oh yeah.
So I would randomly show up at these college parties
by myself,
and I did, and I lost my virginity to Jeremy Gilpin. Hi, Jeremy Gilpin.
Oh, does Jeremy watch this?
I don't think Jeremy Gilpin even knows who I am anymore. Or maybe he's followed my career and then, hello, Jeremy. No, he's just some country kid. Like, he was some good old country boy. I think he was probably like, I don't know, probably like 17 or 18.
That's so
And I think
funny.
I probably lied to him about how old I was because I was only 15 or 16. So I probably said I was 17 or 18 as well. So, and I remember like the next day, because it was my first time having sex and you have no idea like anything, and I was like, well, I'm probably pregnant, so I like made him drive me to the local Walmart to go get a Plan B. Yeah.
Well, the first time I had sex was with...
Or not a Plan B. Plan B wasn't out, a pregnancy test. Because I thought I was going to be pregnant.
What were you...
I mean, I guess it does happen for some people on their first time.
It totally does.
Okay.
My first time, like I was... it was before a JV basketball game. I remember that. I was a sophomore.
Man or woman?
I was a woman.
Okay.
I was a sophomore in high school, and...
How soon after you had sex with a woman for the first time did you have it? Well, okay, we'll get to that. Go ahead.
I didn't even know how to put a condom on, though, really.
I don't think anyone does.
Like, you should know how to do that.
Put a condom. Not when you're a virgin. You should by health class or something,
right.
but you don't necessarily know.
Someone at some point in time should show you that.
Yeah, okay, but they don't. So show your kids how to put condoms on.
Girl, I'm good at that shit now. I'm like...
Not me. I still get it wrong. Like... I'm like, oh, when I get it right the first time, I'm like, that's because I'm a professional. And then when you get it wrong, you're like, oh, fuck, condoms are always fucked up.
You're trying to put it down with your mouth.
Just kidding, it's the wrong way.
Well, I mean, my condom ended up breaking and then kind of freaked out for a little bit, but then it fell back out of her. So then
That's your first
She went to pee.
experience?
Yeah, so it was
Oh, God.
no wonder you're gay. No, I didn't like it when I was in there. I was thinking about boys.
Were you?
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
She used to give me blowjobs, and I would watch like the Real World Road Roll challenges, so I could like look at some other guys with their shirts off.
Oh my God! I hope to God that you masturbated to Theo Vaughn. He's a comic out here that.
Who? I
Theo
will tell.
Vaughn.
Let's find a picture.
I think that's what he was Road Rules or Real World or one of the two. That's
Totally.
how
I'll let him know.
Like,
I'll let him know for sure, so that way
Okay.
he can maybe Google me and get his.
See, that's why we need our own reality show. Because once you're on TV,
We need
your
a reality
comedy
show
career
now.
just goes.
Oh.
We need that for us.
Oh God.
Okay.
I mean, I
want
live a reality show with work. We get to play all sorts of characters.
That's true. That's so true. Okay, but then I want to know, and I'm sure they want to know too. Shane, you have 2 virginities, basically. So when did you...
Gay virginity, when I lost my butthole, I was a senior in high school, and I was sneaking out to a bar over in Dallas. And I learned that if you got in before 9 o'clock, they didn't card you. So you just hide out in the corners, and then like 9:15 rolls around, and you're like...
I am here and I am ready to get lucky.
Yeah, and by 20, everyone was sick of me at the bars.
Oh.
Because I was a fucking drunk mess.
I can only imagine.
Wow,
I can only imagine. And you're finally getting your gay boy out.
Oh, yes, and I was cooped up over there in
Yeah.
East Texas, so I was like a fucking disaster. But anyways,
So did you have sex at the bar?
My senior year of high school, I went back home with this guy.
Oh, okay. His home?
Yeah, I did it
I'm
3
like, you didn't take him
times.
to the farm.
Back to back to back. I was like, yep, this was made for me. This is what I was called to do.
Ha! It was your aha aha moment.
Yeah, all 3 times was. I was like,
This is what I
Yeah.
like. This is what I like.
Sex is finally feeling good. Now I know why people are talking about it. Yeah, totally.
Now I know why people are talking. That's kind of how I felt, because when I had a high school boyfriend, and sorry Danny if you do watch this, but I wasn't having orgasms in the beginning. Like, and we did eventually get to that point, but I was 15 when we started having sex. Yeah, and I didn't know really what an orgasm was. And I just remember being like, what is everyone so excited about? It is not even that great, you guys. And then, like, when I did have an orgasm, I was like, oh, this is why it was so fun for everybody. But was everybody else having orgasms that early? Like,
no, I think everyone just kind of figures out. There's some people that still don't have orgasms.
That's true. I'm sorry.
That's why that's why conversations like this are important.
And we need to start a school. We need to educate people on that. Because I think we could really help some people out. There really are. Truly and honestly, I'm not even being funny, I'm just being honest in this point. There really are, I mean, people just being bashed alive for their sexual desires and wants. And sorry, I just got real on everyone really quick, but there was an Instagram post today that really struck me. It was a male performer that I've worked with several times, and he also happens to do some gay porn. And he had put a Facebook post up about how he is looked at in society as still being a very respected member of society. However, the women that he works with are disowned from their friends and family. And to me, I just think it's absurd that we still have these crazy norms for sexuality. Women are still really punished for being sexual, and men are still very much praised for being sexual. And we've got to find that balance. Anyway, how did I even get off on that tangent just then?
I don't know. But you know what I was thinking while you were talking about that, and that was a beautiful moment.
No, I know. I'm sorry, I got really
But I
real.
was like, oh, he does gay porn and straight porn. Like, we can finally be in a porno together.
Could we though?
I mean, I'm not touching you, but
Yeah.
You stay north, I'll stay south.
We
bitch.
just share Ryan.
Yeah.
He is so sexy.
Ooh, he could be the man that sleeps in the middle next to us.
Oh, he would totally.
Yay!
He would totally do that. He would totally do that. I don't know why I even got off that. I can't remember why I got on a tangent. But what I mean is... Anyway.
But I was just thinking about, the 3 of us doing a scene.
Crazy. I'll talk to Ryan about that and see.
That's hilarious.
What he can do. Do you know, Ryan is when it comes to, porn in general, I kind of feel like he's, the male, he's on all of the covers for everything. He's on, like the sex swings and stuff like that. Like, he's the male in, all of the things, because he just looks like, I don't know, sex.
He looks like you want to have sex with him.
He looks like you want to have sex with him, and he looks like he could have sex with anybody because he can and he does. He's great, and I love Ryan personally. He's a good man. I think he just got married or is getting married or something like that. But good dude. Anyway,
good for you.
Moving along. Did we answer all that? We did.
I don't even remember what the question was.
I don't either, because I went on a tangent and I got really serious, and I'm really sorry. But it's meaningful to me.
This is the part in the song where
this is the part where we slow it down. I was just very passionate about that. We need to bring back the equilibrium of sex.
Sure, well,
because I was saying we need to educate people sexually to have orgasms. I remembered, ding, ding, ding. You see that? And I'm high right now, and I just remembered that. All in one.
I'm sure that's where we started. Oh, who cares?
That was where we started.
Sounded good.
Next question.
These have been pretty good today.
Yeah. How did your friends and family take it when you told them you did porn?
No one cared.
I mean, they had a reaction to yours, no? No?
No,
really?
Not really, no.
Because your family has just been like...
we give up.
Whatever, Shane. Yeah. Whatever you want to be, Shane. You just go be it.
Yeah.
I think my family feels that to an extent. I still feel that my brother has resentment towards me because I think people do talk. We're from a very small town, and I think that it was just like everyone's like, oh, his sister does this, and he's like, shut up, it's my sister, and I just own it, and I'm sorry, Greg, I love you.
Yeah, I think it's just, I just don't think it's just we live in a different world.
Yeah.
You can't expect them to understand what it is that we do and how we feel it.
Yeah, and that it is a job, but all in the same. I have never felt bad for what I do.
Me either.
I have felt bad for the way that maybe it has made people feel in my family. Like I felt bad about maybe making my mom
Not
feel
me.
bad.
See, I feel like sometimes like growth hurts, and I feel like what we do is not wrong and not
but I'm not ashamed of it. Yeah.
So I'm not. Yeah, I feel like.
And
it's
of
good
course,
for
I
them.
know that
They can handle it. And if not, then.
Yeah, my dad's super supportive. The rest of my family's super supportive. I think everyone's fine. I mean, I was 30 years old when I got in. Like
my older brother FaceTimed me once. Was with a bunch of group of girls. He's like, "Tell him what you do for work." I was like, "Do gay porn." He's like, "Yeah, I told you." And I was like, he was super excited. Like, yeah.
That's funny.
And then like
your older brother.
Yeah, and my real dad, my biological father, was like, "Well, son, I support you, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna watch any of them."
Okay.
Thank you. Creepy.
No, okay. So
But that's kind of beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not wanting you to watch my porn, Daddy.
Right. That was the thing with like my aunt. I think she wanted to be so supportive, and she goes, "Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get a Twitter, and I'll follow you." And I was like,
"No,
no. Please do not follow me.
That Twitter.
I'm gonna let you know what my porn name is, so you can avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
Anytime you see the name, don't click the banner.
Do not go."
But I think, honestly, we both come from very loving families, regardless. So our families took it okay. I have seen and heard of people who didn't have the exact same
for sure.
responses that we did. And I think it's sad, but that just speaks of how much further we have to grow as a society.
Everyone's journey's different. Everyone's paths are different.
Yeah.
And
but that's what we're here for, is to hopefully maybe open some minds that, look, we're not these trashy, awful people. Like, we're normal people just like you. We just, instead, okay, we're a little trashy from time to time, whatever.
Yeah.
Mama, everyone is.
Keep it classy. Like, okay.
But I'm still saying, like, that's what we're here for. Is just say we're just normal people who have sex just like you do. We just said, oh, we'll take a paycheck. And you can put it online. It's fine.
You want to see my butthole? Okay, it's a butthole. I get to show off my penis. Yay! My little, like,
He's in love with his penis.
I love playing with my penis.
I think every man does.
Well, why wouldn't they want to get a paycheck for then?
Oh,
because someone said that it was wrong? Well, that's silly.
It is silly. That's all.
Look at my penis. Look at my penis. Look at my penis. I called it a penis so much the other day on set. They were like,
you told
talk dirty. And I was like, yeah, I love when a
penis.
big penis. And they're like, please don't call it that. I'm like, well, that's what it's called, a
that's
penis.
That's like me being like, lick that vagina of mine.
You lick it up.
Can get all up in there and try to get a fallopian tube or two.
Yeah.
That's a little disturbing. I can see that.
Totally.
Okay. Moving along.
Cock.
What? Oh yeah, that's what they want you to say is cock. Throbbing. They do expect you to be roaringly, atrociously.
I just wish my butthole could make that noise.
I bet you do wish your butthole could make that noise. I bet your butthole does make that
Sometimes.
noise, to be honest with you.
Sometimes.
Okay. Biggest life changes since getting into porn. Shane.
Oh God. I don't know. Like, I guess.
For me, it's made just my biggest life change in general is I've become, which is, I guess, a completely opposite of what people expect, is I've become so body positive, so sex positive. I've become just so empowered by my career and what my career has been able to do for me in every avenue of my life. Just even being in it, and I didn't realize, I thought my porn career was kind of over, and now it's just jumping back in, and that only reiterated for me how much power I still have, because I kind of felt a little defeated there for a little while, I was like, well, I'm still doing comedy very regularly, but you get defeated when things aren't great in your world at 100%. And now it's just like, no, I feel regenerated again. And like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to kick more ass. And I'm going to be fucking sexy and I'm going to be in your face. And I'm going to say all the things I want to say. And that's just going to...
Good for you, girl.
Yeah,
I think for me, like, I've tried to pay a lot more attention to what I say.
Really? I don't think I do.
Well, I mean, I want to be thoughtful in the things that I say. You know?
Yeah.
I guess we're more so like when before I had a platform of porn or
Right.
or Twitter or any of this, like I would just kind of be. Now I'm trying to be a better me.
That makes sense.
Porn has made me a better me, more
Yeah.
aware, more cautious, more.
Yeah.
And I'm not perfect, and I don't necessarily know if perfect is ever the end goal. But
No one is perfect.
I'm constantly willing to go there and try to take my mind somewhere, and I think
Right.
that's what porn has allowed me to do, is unlock this other dimension, right? Like this other level of connectivity, or like spirituality almost.
So positive changes.
It really has, isn't that
Honestly,
crazy?
really though, yeah.
Like I look at things differently. I'm viewed as other totally now. Like I'm
I wanted to talk about that because we recently were, I guess, just like walking around smoking and talking, and I told him that I had listened to a friend's podcast, and I heard about how two comics addressed a porn star, and it kind of, and these are two people I know very well and have they're friends of mine and have told me, they respect what I do, but when they were talking about porn, they were kind of saying like making us less than a person.
They were talking negative about it, period.
Yeah, making it sound like we were less than people,
Right.
and we were just like an object to be bought or to be had. And
We're no longer a person. We are kind of.
And I was saying that to Shane. He goes, "Oh yeah, you've been othered." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "It's like how I am." He was like, "I'm gay, so I'm part of just another community."
I'm gay. I do porn now. We both do stand up. There's
Right.
people who are like othered because they don't have like a race they fit into. There's
Right.
othered people. Like there's all sorts of like
Yeah.
And that's the first time that you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of powerful. You felt like you saw it. You felt it.
For sure. I was like, oh, I'm not just a regular person to people any longer. Now I'm just a thing.
And that's what I think for me is the driving force.
Yeah.
I think people champion the others and the othered category.
Because I'm a fucking champion.
I'm a fucking better person because of porn, for sure, though. Anyway.
Okay. These are just not as much fun. I want more
Oh, well,
fun.
maybe these are just really in-depth. And
I know.
Oh, this
We are in depth. Okay, last question from the guests, and then we'll move along. I don't even know how we are in time. We're good.
Okay, good, because I have some others over
Okay.
here.
What is life going to be like after porn? Hopefully it's going to be on TV, and you guys can all watch it, I guess. Hopefully, in my mind, I've got a web series, and not even a web series, a TV series in mind for us.
Yeah, totally. That'd be so much fun.
I would love to do a traveling comedy tour.
That would be fun.
For us. I have a
I'm
lot
totally
of things.
down for like anything.
Yeah, I have
As
a lot
long-
of plans that I would like to get into motion,
Yeah.
and
Well, I think what's beautiful is like.
who knows what life after porn will be? No one knows.
Exactly.
That's my plan.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
who actually knows, and
Yeah.
what opportunities will present themselves, what will be taken away because we do porn, like what.
Yeah.
Like who knows?
But that's why.
But what's great is like we have taken that. We have really taken the idea and ran with it that like we're in control of like our lives. We've kind of become our own. We have become our own bosses, so like we're
Right.
able to let it happen.
Right.
See where the road goes. Fight
See
for
the
what you
road takes
want,
us.
and then hustle. I mean, that's what everyone does out here. Everyone's
Yeah.
trying to create
Sure.
and see what happens. I don't know.
No one knows what life after porn is going to be, but that's.
Well, those were all deep questions.
I know, we're so deep.
I liked this question. Cats or dogs?
Much lighter.
Oh, thank God. Cats or dogs?
Well, I would say normally I would be against the pussy, but in this.
No, really?
I love
I
cats.
thought you were going to go with dogs.
No, I'm such a cat person. I love cats. I love dogs too, but I just don't. Dogs inside for me are such a pain.
And like, are cats any different?
Because
I walked
cats
into that.
stay inside, so they don't get the outside disgustingness. For
They-
me, it's like dogs go outside and they're prancing along on the streets, and then they come inside and they bring that into your bed. And do you know
Girl.
how many homeless people piss and shit on the streets and fucking? And I spit loogies on the street. Everyone
Girl.
spits loogies on the streets. It's all mushed up and rolled together, and then your doggy paws are in it, and then the doggy paws are in your bed. And I'm
Girl.
like, no.
Girl. They crawl up into their little poop castles, take shits, and walk right back out every single time.
Yeah,
I have seen it. It is disgusting.
Yeah, but they don't actually touch their own shit. They cover it up with the
They're
litter.
walking around in that
Yeah,
thing.
but it's all cluttered. The litter catches it all and clutters it.
Girl, I'm not trying to have someone with poop and pee on their paws jumping up on my furniture.
Well, then you shouldn't have any pets.
And then they have all that nasty ass hair, and then they
So do dogs.
they shit out of their fucking mouths. Have you ever seen like a hairball? It looks like a fucking
They do. So it's like
owl
shit.
pellet.
It does look like shit.
It looks like owl vomit.
Yeah, it does.
It's
But
disgusting.
owl vomit. Did you ever why didn't I know that word? Dissect. Wow. You knew what I meant. Owl poop. Did you? Of course. Everyone did. And you got the little mouse brains. And
Girl, I was dissecting owl poop in like at home when I was like 7 years old.
Gross. Why?
When I was 9 years old, we went over to the horse breed barn next door, and like they were like castrating calves and shit, and they threw fucking balls at me, and they landed on my leg.
Gross.
Country boy can't survive.
I was country, but I was like suburban country.
No, I'm like, I was making a joke the other day with someone. I was like, you know, like when you grew up in like the country.
Oh, I've been to the ranch.
And so you live in like the, you know, you grew up and went to the country high school. You know, there's only one high school there. Well,
we only had one high school?
Right. Well, I'm that kid that lived outside of that city that drove 20 minutes into the city to go to school.
That
was me.
Yeah, that's you.
But you know
but
what's
you
so
guys
funny?
always had the best parties at houses like yours.
Yeah.
Because you always drove out of town to go to such and such's house. Like,
But you know what's funny is typically those were always like those kids that everyone was like, what the hell? They're so weird. And
for
in
sure
country.
they were weird. Oh, the Phillips, like Brian Phillips, and what was his brother's name? I can't remember. But the Phillips, they always had like the best parties, but they were both crazy, weird, and like...
I mean, look at... I show up, I'm like...
One of them almost killed me one time in a
Oh my
car,
God.
like just crazy.
I mean, I was weird, but I was a whole different weird. Like, I wasn't country weird. I was showing up like, hey, y'all!
And no one knew you were gay.
They're like, what
Weird.
the... He's country as fuck.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking when I put up the last episode, I don't think I even named it. Because I was going to call this one, like, I don't know.
What's happening today?
My brain was thinking different ways. It's because we're both on crack coffee now. Now I'm on it too. Look, I'm halfway down. Now I'm like, I feel like I just took like 6 lines, like, like spelling my name in cocaine, like resemblance of how my brain is right now.
Oh my gosh, that's a drug.
Well, cocaine is one hell of a drug. So is coffee with a double shot of espresso.
I'm so glad my drugs days are over.
Oh God, I know, me too. I mean, honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I dabbled, not that awful long. I mean,
Like,
I was in Vegas.
You're like, never mind.
But it is behind me as of like 3 days ago. I only did a few. It doesn't count. When you only do a few, it only counts if you do it all night. If you go to bed at a decent hour, it doesn't count. Mm-hmm. That's my take on it.
Right.
It's like drinking a soda. You know you shouldn't do it, but if you just have a little bit of soda, it'll be okay.
It's like when you're blackout drunk, you're like, I only pissed off 3 friends. I didn't go to jail. It's okay.
I didn't go to jail. It's totally fine.
I got in a fight with someone? They probably deserved it.
I'll make up with them tomorrow. All right, what else do you have? Oh, we wanted to talk about... Well, I don't know. I guess I was going to address this.
Do it. I was so disgusted by that sign outside of the Abbey.
So
So disgusted.
Shane loves this really gross dish at the Abbey. I can't.
The waffled chicken, y'all. If y'all are ever in Los Angeles, California, and y'all go down to the Abbey in West Hollywood,
Tell them what it is.
let me tell y'all that the best brunch
Go ahead.
item to get is that waffled chicken.
If
I
you
will be
want-
a spokesman for that goddamn waffled chicken. That shit is so fucking
It's
good.
chicken battered in waffle dip and fried. It's disgusting. And then they put powdered
my
sugar
mouth-
on top of it and syrup. Ugh.
My mouth is watering.
I just watch him eat it and I want to be sick. It's so gross.
Ooh, I need to go by there and eat after we're
so
done.
that's not what we were talking about though.
Oh, but after we left, I love that fucking waffle chicken.
So we're leaving and I see this sign, I read it out loud and he was like, what the fuck did you
It was
just
like
say?
fall in love with your body, and it was a
Sign for plastic surgery.
for plastic surgery. I was like, oh
No, it said like fall in love with yourself again.
Yeah, something.
Fall in love with yourself. And then it was like, get plastic surgery. And I was
that
like,
was the
welcome to LA.
That was, I was
like,
so
that's like screaming at people like, you're not good enough right now and you know it, so come in and get
I just cannot believe that the doctor has his face right beside the image. I'm
very
like,
proudly.
Bro, not okay. You are a disgusting human being. And if you...
I mean, I had plastic surgery, but I mean, I wasn't because...
I mean, that alludes to, that is just disgusting. I was just, ugh. I don't want to ever hang out with people like that. Yeah. Ever.
Telling you to make yourself better and get plastic surgery.
Ew.
Well, that is Hollywood, though. That happens to like literally everyone out here.
Will do it. I will do it on my own time. But for someone to market that way, that like, come in here and get plastic surgery because you hate yourself and you need to love yourself and you need to physically change yourself to be in love with yourself. Right. Gross.
Yeah.
You are a tacky, gross. Move on, I'm getting mad.
I know, it really did make him mad then.
I was so mad. I think that's so fucking, that's what's wrong.
What else are you talking? What else are you?
Oh,
I had other stuff too. But go ahead.
No, go with yours. I'm over mine anyways. We got 5-10 minutes anyways.
Okay, well then, let's just, I don't know how much.
You got a pedicure the other day.
I got my nails done. I broke a nail.
A pedicure is my new favorite thing to do. I think that every man should do it. Holy fucking shit, every time I go I get the callus remover because I have some calluses that need removing.
Yeah, and the people love removing his calluses.
Because it's so disgusting. It's like Dumb and Dumber. They're like, and they're just...
You know, I feel like you're about to punch me in the face when you do that. Do you know how you love watching like people like pop like really gross zits and stuff like that? Like that's how I feel like the lady was looking at your feet. She was like...
Is that why when she got up it was real stringy? Something had soaked through her panties?
If she gets literally off to that, like, who knows though, maybe.
Oh, you know, one time when I was growing up, you know, like, the internet was new, so we'd always Google random shit, and one of my friends was like, you need to go check out fishsmuggling.com, and I was like, okay. It was 3 Asian girls, and they had a cup of minnows and a funnel, and they were pouring it down into the girl's cuckoo, and she was shooting them back out.
No.
Fish smuggling.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
That's hilarious.
Do you know what's so funny about you bringing up that story though? You're like, because you know when the internet just began, you were like looking up random things. Like we, like literally, like, and I'm sure most people watching this are the same way. Grew up where website building was like. This was the first website. Like, it's just so weird to me because, like, I remember the start of everything from the internet, and now the technology is so beyond my brain.
Girl, this is what.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I remember when Word document was like the way to do shit.
Yeah,
and,
I still do shit on Word document because I don't know any
that's what I was gonna say. That's all I know.
I'm like, I haven't moved past Word document. I
can't do it on my phone. Like, I actually have to have something that I have to type on. What the?
If it didn't come with the computer, I'm not downloading it. I don't know.
I had a laptop. I no longer have one because I've gotten rid of them because they just sit there. Because I'm like, I don't know how to use this shit. Like, I don't know how to use any of this shit.
It's so sad. We do really need someone to just come and be our little like liaison to the internet and just do. Is that that's
I'm gonna hire an 8-year-old to help me with my goddamn problem.
For sure. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Child labor.
Well, not if you have one. I still need.
Why did you look at me and have one? You're more likely to fucking have one than I am.
No.
At least you have sperm, like I will.
No way.
No way.
I promise
not
you,
my
if
baby,
I could have
problem.
I promise you, if I could have gotten pregnant by now, I would have had about 46 of them.
Gross. Okay.
Multiple loads a day, does that mean multiple children in a month?
Maybe. Maybe.
Could you imagine? Babies come out on top of babies.
Crack. This is what I have to deal with. You guys get to go away in the next few minutes, and I have to deal with this the rest of the day. I get to go away too, but just down the street. I'm not escaping too far.
I'm going to go hiking if we get out here soon enough.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with you.
And I'm going to post a shirtless picture from y'all.
Ooh, stay tuned. All right, we're going to get the hell out of here. You can find me and Shane at Ice House in Pasadena. I am headlining
Tickets
the 9:30 show.
9:30. Tickets can be found
at Ice House.
Ice House Comedy.
Yeah, they're $15 a
icehousecomedy.com.
piece. Yeah, 2 order minimum. Doesn't have to be a drink. 2 order minimum. And then I'll be in Vegas the following week on the 3rd, headlining at the VFW.
Yes, I am so excited.
With a chili cook-off. And my aunts are flying in to contest in the chili cook-off.
Oh my God, I might have to come out to Vegas.
I think you should come out there. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm going to need the aunts to send me messages and convince me.
And then also that next Saturday you can catch me back at the Ice House on the 6th in Pasadena.
Damn, you got some shit in my living room writing material for the next.
Roast battle on the
we have the roast
18th.
battle coming out. We'll talk about that later.
We will talk about that later.
I'm going to go up to the Comedy Store on Sunday night, though, so if anyone wants to go up there.
Yeah, I might go up there with you. I need to get on stage and be doing some time. Because I'm totally prepared for every show I have coming up. So it's not that, it's that I'm not totally prepared. I'm never totally prepared for any show. And I always just go like, oh, you'll be fine. Like, I always like write 1 or 2 new jokes that I think I want to like sprinkle in. And then I'm just like, use the tried and true, use the shit you know works and the shit people laugh at. That's what you go
Yeah,
back
but when
to.
you do it so many times to yourself, you're like, oh my God,
Is it funny anymore?
That's
Yeah.
joke again.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's
I
actors
know,
who have made roles like that.
I still love my jokes because I love how they hit the audience. And I
know, that feeling of it.
I love watching the audience go from, it's a girl, she's not going to be funny, to, I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. Don't judge this book.
You think they think that whenever you walk on stage, it's a girl, they're not going to be funny?
I totally do. I think as a, like, comedy-wise, I think the sillier and more obscure and out of society you look, they're like, oh, this person's going to be really funny. And I think if you look together and put together, like we may look put together. Our lives are the farthest thing from put together you could be.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
So looks are
Can be deceiving.
And when I get on stage, people are like, oh, it's a pretty girl who has her shit together.
What do you think the enemy performing in front of you 15?
Yeah. So I think I have a lot to prove when I get on stage.
I just like getting up. I like being categorized as like othered, but I like being relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's fun. I think that's what's the funnest part about it.
Yeah, making yourself relatable. Mm-hmm. Relatable.
Relatable.
I wish more people could be reliable.
Cats or dogs? We say dogs.
Oh, you say dogs.
We say dogs.
He says dogs.
So dogs win. Thank you guys for...
Alright, we are going to get out of here though. We don't know if we're ever going to do a guest again because it can't seem to work out.
I do have a couple of people that wanted to do it. But
I know I do too, but we'll see because...
I'm liking this.
I know, but I think too if we did the show...
I'm just mad that we had to run around the last minute to gather some of the questions because we had all these questions prepared for them. So thank you guys for sticking it out with us.
Alright guys, until next time. Bye.
Dogs for the win.
That's not even a thing.
That's a thing now.